All right, here's the situation. 240-gallon tank, back of the truck, moving it by myself. What can go wrong? Well, here we are. It is time to finally get rid of the 240-gallon tank. I actually sold this last year to Danny, and she just now made room for it. I think, anyways. Either way, it's time for it to go. She's gonna be here a little bit later to help move it, so I gotta empty it and get the fish out and get the substrate out, which is not gonna be fun. But that's where we're at. So as you can see, it's definitely seen better days. Lots of cool fish in here, lots of cool rainbows, but last year when I sold it, I pulled all the plants out, and I did not expect to keep it this long, so I've really just let it go and do whatever, which is why we have some algae growing down here, blackbeard algae. Actually, that's a few different types of algae in that mess there. And just a lot of random fish. And like I said, it's time to empty everything out of here, as well as the 165-gallon sump. Everything is going today. So I'm gonna get to work on this. Oh, here's a cool fish. Look at this fish right here. Black ruby barbs. Hard to get it to focus on that, but this is a super underrated fish. Everyone should own this fish. I mean, look at it, it's beautiful. But anyways, I'm gonna start emptying and pulling things out. And I'm not gonna film too much of it because it's really hot out here and I wanna get this done as quick as possible. And the cameras will overheat if I keep them time-lapsing. I already tried it and I had to wait for it to cool down. So I'm just gonna check back in randomly throughout, see where we're at. Gosh, look at these fish. They're just beautiful and they're so cheap too. The problem is they take forever to color up like that. These guys are about 2 years old now, so they take a good year. It's very hard to find them for sale at that size and colored up, but you see there's a female there. And lots of males, lots of males. But anyways, I gotta shut this down before it overheats and I'll check back in a little later. All right, update number 1. Got the wood out, the rocks out, and if there's anything worse than it being 1,000,000,000 degrees, it's 1,000,000,000 degrees and humidity. And now it is super humid in here. So I brought in 2 fans to help out. Hopefully you don't hear any wind noise there. Had to close the garage to keep the sun from beating in here, but kept it open just a little bit to help with some airflow. It's probably going to take at least another hour to drain, but we can see we have rosy barbs, millennium red rainbows, blaheri, super cool, parva, male hunter and red point, Leopoldi angelfish. My last roseline shark is that guy. If I had to guess, I would say he's probably 7-ish years old, and maybe more. Got the bala shark at the end. Yep, I know, impulse buy a long time ago, and definitely do not impulse buy. Do your research. But he's gonna live a good life. He's gonna be upgraded to a 300-gallon-ish. So this is 240, and he'll be upgraded to an even bigger tank. So there's some Macolichai rainbows, which is that guy. What else? This is a Glossolepis, Doriatai, Melanotania Bowmani there, which is this gentleman right there. Got quite a few of them. On the smaller side, this is a Melanotania Gary Lang guy. I think that's it. This is a Melanotania Doberman. Hi. And Trusty Helper. I already removed all the black ruby barbs because those guys are insanely easy to catch. They basically just swim right into your net. It was super awesome. For the rest of them, I'm going to have to wait for this water level to go way down just to make it easier to net. Rainbows, generally not the easiest, especially in a 240-gallon aquarium. Lots of room, huh, buddy? Yep. Supervisor. All right, checking back in. What's been about 3 hours for me has been about 30 seconds for you, but that's the way it goes. Let's take a look at what's going on here. I got all the water out, all the fish out, and at first I wasn't going to keep the substrate, but I think I'm going to now. It's still fairly clean once you get this initial layer of grime off of it, so really there's no point not to keep it. I don't know that I'll keep all of it, but I got some empty buckets here, and I'm going to show you how to do this really easily, or at least how I do it really easily. So what I use when I'm pulling substrate out is actually the top part of a sump, which is, here, let me get back down. So this part is the top part of the sump where you put your filter floss right there, and then, you know, trickles through. It works really good for scooping up substrate, and all the water just trickles through. Makes it really easy. And the hard thing about this tank is the openings here are really small. You can't fit a 5-gallon bucket in here. It just makes it a real pain in the neck to work with. So this is going to take a long time. Probably another couple hours and I will check back in. But yeah, here, let's do a scoop. Obviously, I don't do it this way, but I'm one-handed, so. And then you just lift it up. There you go. It's that easy. All right, boy, it is, it's done. I'm exhausted. It's freaking hot, but we got an empty tank. Empty as it's gonna get. Now I'm thinking about doing something really stupid and just dropping the tailgate, backing the truck up all the way in here and sliding this on. Moving this by myself might be kind of risky, but you know what? It's got to get done. So I think I might just give it a try and either crash and burn or be a success. Oh, you see that? That's how it's done. Easy peasy, AMC squeezy. Oh yeah. All right, I got a little too gung-ho and forgot to set up the camera for loading the second one. This is a 125 long, which means it's 8 feet long. If you've never seen one, pretty neat. And what's left, obviously the stand is not gonna fit, so it'll be second trip, and that's where I'm at. Well, someone decided to show up once all the heavy lifting was done. But we're loaded up. We're gonna head up to the she shed, unload everything, and you got all your ponds set up yet, or no? Mostly? Yep. All right, so we'll check out some ponds while we're up there. Yep. All right, we are moved. We got both tanks out. It's stupid hot, so let's just go take a look at the tubs real quick and call it a day before camera's already overheated once.
It is very hot.
You see they changed Monday to be 106 now is what they're saying. All right, so we got 3 tubs.
3 tubs out. 2 of them are the ones that were in the shed. I still have 2 more to move. And then I set up a 3rd new tub, so that one's got no stock in it, but I just basically drained the water down into a relief tub, and we moved it out here, and then I pumped it right back in, and they seem to be doing pretty good so far, but it got to be about 90 degrees in the tub, so I added some cold water today.
I don't know if we can see, but there's all kinds of white clouds in that one. Next up we got...
These ones are the panda guppies.
Panda guppies, which probably can't see those because of the glare.
Yeah. But there's lots running around.
Yeah, there's a ton of them in there. Have to bring the, oh, there we can see one. GoPro up next time.
So last summer I had a ton of water hyacinth, which really helped to keep these tubs cool on these hot days. I mean, we didn't have hot days like this last summer that I remember.
No.
But without them, they definitely are fluctuating a little bit more, so I gotta get some more pond plants for the top.
Yep, and you'll have to check back in because it's freaking hot and we're done.
Another time.
See you later.
Bye.